Find operations, local file, input. That'll do it for now. Okay, there won't be video. It's just gonna be us arguing with each other about rigid.
But what about the fight? That's gonna be good, right?
Yeah. So, anyone in stream, you're going to have to watch Death Battle on your own. We are not here for the battle. We're here for the analysis and everything. But we are gonna watch the battle. But you can hear our reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, P3. So, I know you're here. I'm gonna be pointing at you. You spoiled this fucking thing for me. Yeah. So, your tweet. I got the notification on your tweet, and I just saw the ending. So I'm kind of mad.
I remain unspoiled and a pure heart, just like always.
Yeah, but I still want to stab you either way, Ranger.
Yeah, makes sense. Anyway.
Alright, so do you want to go first, or you want me to, with my whole argument?
I'll let you go first, since you already know what's gonna go down. I'll give my 2 cents after.
Okay, so I know who wins. I won't spoil it for you because I'm a good person.
Huh?
I'm not gonna spoil who wins, but I'll just pull. So his argument is going to be Giorno wins. Mine is Joker wins. So
I gotta spend my board, Giorno.
Yeah. So I'm putting it out here. It's by this man named Aaron Martin. It's on Twitter. He made a really good argument, which is just everything I agree with. Because he goes with both JoJo lore and Persona lore. Well, this is Persona specific lore, no SMT out of the Persona verse itself. So I'm gonna quote everything. This is from Aaron the Martin. I will point in. So it says, gonna put my bets out there. I think Joker has what it takes to beat Giorno and a GER, or what does this GER stand for again? Shoot, fuck. Gold Requiem Experience.
Golden Experience
Requiem, yeah. Even with Persona-specific lore, just by what goes off by the games, and will likely be reasoning Death Battle uses a thread. For starters, Giorno does not have some advantages. Gold Requiem's strength is superhuman, and although scaling is likely FTL, he could possibly turn all Joker's weapons and items into life forms to use against him, and Giorno's intellect has devised the game-winning plans in a matter of seconds, which is 100% true. I do think Giorno can outsmart Joker pretty easily. I do agree with that. I do think he has smarts.
He is an amazing tactical genius.
Yes, and it says here on the JoJo little pie chart here, it goes, I can't read, it's too blurry. I can't read the kanji, it's too blurry.
That was the stand stat sheet.
Yeah,
listing
it is.
off every main ability of the stand.
Yeah, I know.
Along with its specific strength weaknesses.
Yeah. Yeah, we all know Giorno could just turn Joker's gun into a banana. He's like shooting at a banana.
Oh man, the banana do taste like gunpowder today.
I know. Alright, back to my debate. That being said, Joker easily takes some categories for constantly dodging lasers, moving faster than the eye can see, surviving more than one Big Bang, and fighting against the gods of cognition who could literally rewrite reality, has domain out of all cognition of all of mankind, and contains numerous pocket realities.
Okay.
And Giorno may have been using gold experience since childhood, but he only ever started to fight with it starting part 5, which is I'll be honest, I don't 100% know if that's true or not. That could be wrong. I've watched part 5, but there could be an instance where Giorno did fight a stand user because he knew what stands 100% were starting part 5.
Let's say, like, for the sake of, like, just making things make sense, right?
Yeah.
He had a fight with a stand user, and as fights with stand users go, everything got explained there.
Yeah. Part 5, which took place over a little bit of a week, Joker had well over a year of phantom thieving experience fighting shadows and exploring palaces. So they're saying he has like battle IQ, he has better battle IQ, which is I do agree with, because he has fought people stronger than him for almost the entire every single game. Unless you grind for hours.
I can't fully agree with battle IQ because I'm not gonna lie, Giorno's pretty up there. He was able to figure out that the weakness to an ice stand user's armor was just striking the same point multiple times.
Then again, I'm pretty sure Jotaro could think of the exact same thing by punch, 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 punch. At first you don't succeed, punch him harder again!
That's a very fair point. Counterpoint. This stand user could move at the speed of sound.
If actually, as Death Battle says, Dio couldn't move faster than light because fucking Silver Chariot. That is bullshit still.
They were able to get him into... The way they did it is by tricking him into jumping into the air. So that, you just have to let gravity take its course.
Yeah.
Which gave them the time they needed to strike the point.
Yeah. Which, I personally say, I'll give Joker battle IQ because he's always been on a lower fighting battle. Like, he's always been fighting up. And he's always outsmarted or / outfought the opponent pretty differently. Okay, here we go to some wacky things, because that's not a stretch of logic. It's just Joker's utility is like thousands and leagues better than freaking Giorno. Couple things of Joker's wide array of personas, and he basically has every ability he could ever need: elemental magic, physical attacks, buff, debuffs, healing, status ailments, almighty non-elemental magic. Giorno stands give him a ton of variety, but not enough to close the gap. I 100% agree, because Giorno, he has nuclear attacks. He has nuclear attacks, psychokinesis, wind, electricity, ice, gun, / fire, light, dark, instant death moves. But I am not giving him instant death moves in this scenario because they would probably... Giorno's probably like a boss where instant death moves are just like ignored.
If what you told me is true, then they had to send Giorno a calling card.
Well,
meaning this is going to this.
Yeah, we seen in the starting animation. We saw the first couple minutes. Yeah, they already sent Giorno a calling card. All it probably says is "fuck you."
So that would mean that's going into Giorno's power.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is also like a Mementos battle too, or a palace battle as seen in the animation. So there's also that. we've argued this already about it, but he did Ranger did make a really good point of saying, yeah, Joker could maybe win, but if it was like in real life without the palace, it's just a teenager versus a god, basically, which is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he could use he could use his grappling hook and dagger and gun skills, but the problem is the BB gun and a plastic knife against someone who just gives someone infinite death.
Yeah, but there's also something else that we finally had to come up to a consensus on.
Yeah.
Reflect.
Oh, don't worry, we're getting into that. We're getting into that. Don't worry. Don't worry, we're getting into that.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay,
Don't worry. That's pretty far down. That is legit like one of the last things we have to talk about right here. That this motherfucker.
Okay,
The motherfucker reflects physical. Don't worry, we'll get into that later. We'll get into that later. Okay, before we go into GER, let's go over TERTIARY factors, territory factors. I think I'm terrible. Can Joker see and fight stands with a persona? We both say. I personally say yes. What do you think? Before we say anything, could Joker see stands?
So how I think this works, right?
Yeah.
I think that Joker himself could not see Gold Experience, but he'd be able to make out that he has another fighter alongside him that he cannot see, because that's the whole thing with stand users, that you could. Okay, so okay, hold on. Drawing from another death battle they did, right?
Yeah.
Kenshiro versus Jotaro.
Yeah.
Ironically enough. So sorry. Ironically enough, right?
Yeah.
Kenshiro in that fight could not see stands.
Yeah.
However, he was able to find out Star Platinum's location and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Because you could feel his fighting spirit extending into this body.
Yeah, but
I feel like Joker would be able to do something similar with Thieves' Eye.
But Thieves' Eye sees invisible shit.
Yes, but
wouldn't
again,
he be able to see it? Because Thieves' Eye sees anything invisible.
But does the stand really count as invisible?
I personally think yes. I because they say invisibility.
Yes, but at the same time, like, that's the whole thing with stands. Like, it's like an extension of oneself, kind of like a persona.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go back to the little argument here. Very likely this guy thinks very likely. While there are some differences, both shadows and stands are manifestations and aspects of user's inner self, and they can be harmed with similar powers. Obviously, this fight is going to take place in Mementos, or as otherwise a real-world Joker is powerless, thus gets one-shotted, which is true. It's Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby. We also can't say Joker will fight Shadow Giorno in the palace, or otherwise will give him way too many assumptions to work, down to if he would have one either way. As what Death Battle infamously does, hand wave away. They hand wave away a lot of shit. Oh my goodness, the Comic Sans. Okay, conversely though, Giorno has no way to force the fight back out into the real world, considering the only way out is through the metanav. I have a hard time understanding it mid-fight, and it's even if he can get past the lock screen. Alright, let's talk about GR. So we're throwing away Giorno forcing Joker out of Mementos and stuff like that. Alright. Gold Experience Requiem. Okay, here we go. is officially considered to be the strongest stand in JoJo. In my opinion, let me raise my hand in front of the class here. I say no. I don't think Gold Experience Requiem is the strongest stand out of my own opinion. I give it to Star Platinum.
There's one stronger than it.
I say Star Platinum always will be the strongest in my eyes.
Well, yes, in your eyes, but factually, the World Over Heaven would be stronger than it because he was able to beat it.
Yeah.
Alongside Star Platinum Over Heaven.
Yeah. And there's also early on, I remember, if I remember correctly, before part 5 even happened, they did say the world was the strongest stand, which is, I personally think no. No, early on they said the strongest stand's the world, and and everyone's kind of thinking no. Yeah, which is weird.
Jotaro ended up just having the exact goddamn same stand, right?
But more.
Probably.
Yeah, but more.
Because at the time there wasn't a stand like the world.
The world. Oh shit! Fuck. We're skipping too much ahead. Let me just get back to where we were. Where's the comic stand? There it is. Alright, so let's go back here. He's just considered the strongest stand in JoJo. Getting a huge buff to its stats and Lifebringer ability and likely would put a par with other stands like Silver Chariot and Stone Free. But Diavolo only says it's merely powered up, then how? And there's some stats here. Also, before we do anything, we're going to be throwing Silver Chariot's speed feat out the window because that has been debunked countless times. So, what Death Battle did here, we're just going to quickly debunk it, why this is wrong. So, they say Silver Chariot is faster like this number, although in the manga and in the anime, this is contradicted many times. Silver Chariot can go faster than the speed of light. The problem is the stand user has to register it and see it. So yes, he can. Silver Chariot is only nerfed because of the stand user entirely. But they're using animation. The animation does not 100% correlate to the actual what's actually happening, like Demon Slayer. They're not actually using fire. Alright. We're just gonna throw Silver Chariot out the freaking window because Death Battle had that wrong. How can GER possibly be considered the most powerful stand, although there are other stands wield literally infinite speed and power that reaches beyond time and space? Simple. It's just no. GER's new ability, Return to Zero, which stops any action from any attacking against Giorno from happening. It makes sense to consider it's the most powerful stand, as it completely nullifies any stand battle. After all, if your opponent is unable to fight back, how could you ever lose? And it's nothing to the infinite death loop, which he puts you in when he kills you. So it sounds like GG for Joker, right? How can he beat someone if he can navigate the menu? Well, there's a few ways. First off, he might be able to overrule it. I am not kidding. Joker might be able to overrule the infinite death loop. Joker has fought against reality warpers before.
Infinite death loop.
Yes, because of this one fucking scene. So, I know you haven't completed it yet, so here's spoiler alert. Joker dies, he gets erased from existence, and wills himself back to life, him and his team. I am not kidding. And he fought another reality warper that almost did the exact thing. He revived the whole world, even at a disadvantage. Yep. The reason? We still don't fucking know. It's just his will. His will alone did it. They legit said he willed himself back to life. Crazy, isn't it? So that he could theoretically, according to everything we know, Joker could just will himself out of the infinite death loop. And no, we're not giving the he will himself to exist. No, he does have its limits. He can die.
He can die. He does have a mortal body.
Yeah, but he's naturally immune to reality warping, as seen here. This is a full-on reality warper, bringing people back from the dead and everything. Joker legit did not get affected at all. He did not get affected to this person at all, and this is like is really strong. In fact, the similar position RTO puts his victims in, and yet it still survives and wins. While not canon, Eyes of Heaven does propose the idea that a reality warper can overrule this ability, as Dio over Heaven used his reality warping to fight off GER. So basically, Joker could possibly do the same thing. Although this is not canon, so this can happen differently. Although this is not canon.
I get that. But like you said, it's not canon, so using that one is sort of like
it's an
hard to do.
It's an
Because the world over heaven. Yeah, because the only reason why the world over heaven lost in the first place is because he decided, you know what, let's mess with Giorno, or let's mess with fucking Jotaro today.
Yeah. So, Dio even wins the battle against Giorno despite the fact that RTO shouldn't have allowed this to happen at all as a passive ability. Giorno even comments that overwriting reality works like an inverse to his own power, providing evidence that it cannot be beaten. So this is what he says. Requiem has the power to prevent any reality from happening. My Requiem has power to negate any opponent's will and actions and prevent it from reaching reality. However, this is the biggest part. However, his power is the reverse of that, like Joker. Perhaps it allows him to turn whenever he wishes into reality. That is similar to Joker's powers. So, it's a little... But, then again, this is not canon, so this is a little iffy. But, unlike JoJo, Persona side games are 100% canon, even the Q games that, to be honest, don't make a lick of sense, but timey-wimey nonsense, I guess.
It's an interesting one, I'll say.
Sure enough, not only has Joker been all-powerful gods who can use the same kind of a power and resisted their attacks, even on a similar scale to what happens in EOH, at his peak, he manifested Sentinel and gains control and level of power of himself to help him reshape the world. Before anyone pulls the he can't summon Sentinel, he needs the will of people, Death Battle doesn't care.
Death Battle is using the peak of his characters.
Yes, this is proven easily. Watch Darth Vader versus Obito. Every Naruto death battle, even when people use their one-time abilities, they have it, although it's kind of BS in my opinion, but Death Battle doesn't care. He's gonna have Sentinel either way.
To give Bardock Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Even if he still
Bardock never even canonically gained Super Saiyan. He never gained Super Saiyan, but they still gave it to him. Although that death battle is pretty much bullshit, but still, he even gained it. So that also proves this might be because they sometimes use non-canon material. But still, we're gonna be. This is iffy, so this can be both used and against me, pretty much. Say, oh, well, this is not canon, which is fair. Alright, sure enough, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, see here. This is Samal. Path of Salvation is against you all. This is just showing that, yes, he has fought another reality warper. Again. He's fought more reality warpers than fucking how many times Goku has eaten rice cakes. Even if Joker... I know. I'm just saying. There's a lot of reality warpers in Persona. Even if Joker only had a fraction of the level of power, it would more than likely be enough to overrule GER. But let's say he can't, and let's say for whatever reason, he can't use the level of the power of GER's ability is absolute. Could Joker outlast GER? Abso-fucking-lutely. Holy fuck. Yeah. Here's some more pictures if you're wondering. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, so, Joker fights against conceptual beings at an absolute cosmic scale, and he survived intense beatdowns from them and ultimately won. Even with GER's increased power, there is no reason to believe he's anywhere near as powerful, especially with his limited attack options. There's something for you all to remind you all. We've only seen 3 Persona users at their peak. Joker's not at his peak yet. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, see, this is just Lavenza explaining, yes, this is like a god. This is a god. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a Big Bang, by the way. He survived that. GER Life Giver can do a lot of things. Heal wounds, age things to dust, or create poisonous venomous life forms, and RTO. Prevents Joker from taking any direct action against Giorno. I'll be honest here. I don't know. We're about to get into that. Oh my god. Okay, we're about to get into Reflect and Nullify. We don't know what happens if Joker attacks one of GER's living things. Like, if he attacks it, would it come back to him? We don't know that yet. We'll go into that argument in, like, literally the next thing we talk about. GER, blah, 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 blah. Joker can take any direct action against Giorno, but there's a catch. It doesn't stop passive attacks like beating or thinking of Dielo's empath. Oh boy, Ranger, here we are. The motherfucker reflects physical. Oh no. Okay.
Okay. How about
let's get into the text here. Let's first get in the text and we can argue this. Sure enough, Joker and his personas also have passive abilities that allow him to nullify pretty much any of GER's attack options, from repelling his physical attacks back at him to automatically curing his poison and regenerating health. So let's get into this. If Joker, like, stomps on one of the snakes that is GER's thing, would that attack him even though he can repel physical? We don't know. We kind of don't know. I personally think we don't know.
This ability has caused us frustration for a while now. Simply due to the fact that we just don't know how it works.
Yeah, it's passive. We know it's passive, but we don't know how it works.
So it's like Joker suddenly just gained Ultra Instinct and is now a dodge and weave master.
Well, he doesn't dodge it. He like repels it. Like it's.
But how do we know he repels it?
We know how he does it. He just does. He just does. He's just no.
But what does that mean?
No, I guess. Alright. All right.
Like, does that mean he could just turn Life Giver off? Does that
No,
mean
no,
that
no,
he
no,
could
no, no,
just...
no. He can't just turn Life Giver off. Here's the thing, though. It's probably if Giorno attacks him while reflecting, but then it goes back to him. It's just a giant ping pong. It's like playing tennis. It's just like the ball keeps going into all the tennis players. Okay, this one is the thing we've been arguing about ever since I said we're gonna do this live stream.
Literally was the first thing we talked about.
Yeah, how does reflect work? All right. Now with that elephant mostly out of the room, its tail is still there for some reason. While Giorno's life-giving pets can do the same, they have a weird inconsistency, which is I also find kind of weird. To them, it makes their attacks repel, just not work. This also means any of Giorno's attacks to inject life into Joker would bounce back at him, as Persona characters would restore back to being old. It would just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for all of eternity, basically. Alright. Plus GER. But then there's another problem here that Joker has a plus against Giorno. Oh.
What is it?
Alright, I'm back, sorry. My mom was just coming in to say hi. Yeah. I'm back from all the stuff over things. Alright. So sorry, I had to do a couple things my mom wanted me to do. Alright, now I'm back. Alright. So, back to what was I talking about? I'm sorry. Hello?
And you said that he said something about how Giorno's like awesome and totally gonna win this.
I don't remember that. Alright, so... Oh, yeah, now I remember. So, how Giorno's gonna lose this is one big flaw with stands. They don't last forever. GER doesn't last forever. Personas kind of can. Once the fight with Diavolo ended, the stand arrow has left next to Giorno as he claims that is the power of the last later user, implying that Giorno's temporary power-up in Giorno must stab himself with the arrow to activate GR again. This gives Joker a huge opportunity because without GR active, he can heal up to max, one-shot Giorno with an almighty magic attack. I can't hear you over concentrate and myriad of truths here. Or just seal or destroy the arrow and leave him vulnerable. In the end, despite Giorno's insane intellect, creativity, busted anime powers, Joker's reality-breaking power, overwhelming arsenal, and high impregnable defenses.
What was that?
Him give him the tools to outlast and overpower Giorno. Giorno seemed to be golden, but in the end, he'll never see it coming. The winner is Joker. Yeah, and then people like say, well, you can't summon Sentinel. That does not how it works. You can summon him in a fusion. Plus, they don't fucking care. All right, my argument is done. What do you have to say?
I still think Giorno takes the speed advantage.
Maybe. I don't know because this motherfucker Joker dodges lasers constantly.
Well, the same could be said throughout Part 5.
I mean, yeah, but then again, they're both probably. I think they're both at the same speed, maybe. All right, so what is your argument for Giorno?
I think Giorno has decent shot at winning this. It all just depends on if he can get GER to activate soon enough in the fight. But at the same time, activating your ultimate form early in a death battle is also like a sign of death.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, dealing with reality warpers is hard.
Alright. Alright, so do you want me to...
There's my 2 cents.
Alright. So, let me get this straight. I had a whole 2 weeks preparing this whole argument of going on Twitter, finding the best, like, example, and you just have, like, the biggest 5, like, you had, like, I have you, like, for, I thought you were gonna talk for 30 minutes, but you talked for, like, 10 minutes.
I would talk longer, but there's not much I can say to really counter against you, at least from what I know.
Alright, so what this is gonna happen, we're gonna watch the death battle. We're going to watch the death battle now. We're gonna pause at the end of the analysis, and let's poke holes into their arguments. Like what we love to do.
Actually, wait.
Alright, let me
I got a funner idea.
What? Hello.
Alright, hear me out.
Wait.
Hello, chat.
Hello.
We mute for the fight, right? Or
Yep.
we watch the fight, we mute, and as we're fighting, we see what they got wrong, and we try to predict what they actually got wrong in their analysis.
Alright. Wait, someone's here. Do you want to talk?
Right, because we know.
Wait.
We know what's
Ranger,
right.
shut up. We have guests. Hello.
Let's see if they actually use any of what we said in the fight.
Hello there. Do you want to throw in your 2 cents about
Hello.
this?
No.
Oh.
In fact, I might just leave.
Okay. So, alright. Let's look at Death Battle being stupid.
This battle is sponsored by Marvel Snap.
Joker versus Giorno.
The Phantom Thief of Hearts and JoJo's Golden Gangstar.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death
Bro,
battle.
this fight is gonna go crazy though.
Ren Amamiya wasn't prepared for this to happen. When he witnessed an innocent woman being harassed and stepped in, he had no idea her assailant was one of Japan's most prominent politicians.
Poor Ren was forced to leave town, lose friends, and trade.
Wait, let's look at this. Okay, so, real name, Ren Amaya. Alias is Akira Kurisu, Senpai Joker. How dare you take his freaking manga name is put as an alias. It's his other name. Come on, dude. Occupation, coffee barista, floral assistant, student, phantom thief, likes older women. Cats, hamburgers, dislikes corrupted dogs, chalk, jail cells, spent 10 years in spin-off hell. Excellent dancer. Okay, I'll give you the spin-off hell, though.
Transfer to Shujin Academy. There's definitely more fun ways to ruin your life.
But his run-ins with corrupt authority figures was only just beginning.
One might call it a theme. And it wouldn't just be dealing with your garden variety scumbag Jim.
Ew!
And his new friends found themselves in a whole new world. The Metaverse!
Even worse,
That's
the
scary.
Metaverse.
Yeah, that one.
Derived from the works of Carl Jung, this collective unconscious is like an alternate reality formed from the amalgamated thoughts and feelings of mankind. What humans believe, or even what they fear, directly shapes it.
And it
I see, they're bringing SMT lore into this now. Okay, Giorno is even more fucked.
inside this crazy mental realm, those who have been corrupted by power and abuse the weak have become evil superpowers.
Ew.
Just like how they're
Ew.
viewed by many of their victims in
Ew.
the real world. Victims like Ren and his friends, Ryuji, An, Makoto, Pancakes, and The animal.
They may have been helpless against crushing institutional might in the real world, but in the metaverse, they had a way to fight back. Personas.
As part of the summoner's inner self, personas can become incredibly powerful spirits.
By using their personas to battle their foes in the metaverse and steal their hearts, the source of their moral corruption, Ren and company could cause such foes to repent in the real world. So the friends
They should have
formed a
murdered
band called the
Kamoshida.
Phantom
I do not
Thieves,
care. He
with
should have
Ren
been
as their
murdered.
leader, codenamed Joker.
And Joker's first persona was the
Nice
awesome
revitalization would've
Arsene.
been nice.
With razor sharp
Yeah, that
claws and
too.
the ability to curse enemies with dark energy, Arsene was an excellent persona to start with.
But Joker's a wild card. Literally.
Alright, let's pause this and take a quick look. Alright, Third Eye or Thief's Eye. Personas are Fane, Jack Frost, Yelbasu, Pixie, etc. Ultimate personas, Alice, Lucifer, Odin, Centennial, etc. Alright, let's see here. Velvet Room. Physical, gun, elemental, nuke, holy, dark skills. Healing, element, buff, debuff skills. Shield, barrier spells, almighty skills. Bypass any defense. So they're actually going to put the bypass any defense. Okay.
Alright.
Wild card, social confidant, summoning multiple personas, will of rebellion, unshaken will. What is he, Kyle Rayner now?
He can capture as many personas as he wants. He's gotta catch them all, because they each have their own
Let's
crazy
speed
powers.
this up a little bit faster. Come on, I'm excited.
That's a little wrong. He can't summon any persona. He has a limit to like 15 or 20.
Shooting fire, ice, and lightning, to dishing
Oh,
out
so you only
status
carry,
effects,
like,
healing, and
5
resistances,
in an
to
actual
lobbing actual nukes at the baddies.
So Joker can fight with manifestations of deities like Beelzebub, Odin, and Jesus Christ.
The penis
Wow,
monster.
He looks way different than in the paintings I've seen. Oh, hey, did you know that a persona is connected to their user's own stamina? So when a persona is shattered, even though it's not like dead, it does rattle the user pretty badly.
Well, without his personas, Joker can still rely on his guns, grappling hooks,
I have something I need to do soon, so can we hurry up to the fight?
Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, boring, man. Okay, you're boring, but okay.
I know I know. I know. I'll be you in a bit. I just.
Giorno Giovanna,
I need to hurry up a little bit.
It is ours to take. Choking fantasma. My dreams aren't yours to take.
It's the golden fight. They're two bisexuals fighting.
Persona!
You'll never see it coming.
Oh, the soundtrack's so good.
Alice!
Impossible. A second stand. You never took the time to understand my gold experience. All objects given life by gold experience desire to return home. His persona creates life. I've got to nullify that.
Jack Frost! Ice Age! Jack Frost! Ice Age!
This Choco Phantasma is justice. This is Requiem.
Joker!
Keep fighting. You can do it. Snap
You
out
die
of it.
tonight. Joker's gonna kill you again, my son.
Oh.
Maybe you didn't hear me before. Checkmate.
Oh my god. Oh! Oh.
KO!
Oh.
Giorno never had the makings of a varsity death
go!
battle winner.
This was an absolutely fascinating matchup and far from an easy call.
Joker versus base gold experience wasn't close though.
Sure, Giorno's powers threw Joker for a loop, but Joker and his personas were millions of times faster.
Whoa! Wait, how many zero? What the fuck? 8 billion. 8 billion times faster than the speed of light. Even if you brung freaking Silver Chariot, it doesn't even matter. Oh my
And
god.
could take on Universe Busters.
And there was no doubt Joker could see Giorno's stand, considering he could spot similar beings like Shadow.
Add in the versatility of Joker's hundreds of personas, and Giorno could get quickly overwhelmed.
But that's where Requiem came in, and the game changed.
With its ability to nullify any action taken against it, even ones that can affect entire universes, Joker's regular
Well, this
arsenal was
wasn't an
rendered loose.
experience.
Remember, Requiem could act independently of time, so Joker wouldn't be able to avoid Requiem's ability. He'd have to beat it outright.
Take when the Phantom Thieves faced Maruki. The group couldn't resist the reality warping effects of his powers. He even had an ability that nullified actions against him, similar to Gold Experience Requiem.
But Joker still had an ace up his sleeve. While Requiem can reduce your willpower to 0, Joker's social links were able to recharge him.
And finally, we have Joker's almighty attacks, which could bypass reality warping defenses like the Omnipotent Orb. The perfect counter for Requiem.
And this is actually backed up in JoJo. While Requiem only has one appearance in the manga, it did show up in the game Eyes of Heaven.
There, it faced off against the World Over Heaven, which can overwrite reality to overpower any attack, including Requiem's return to 0. That meant an almighty attack that can bypass reality warping would have this.
Huh. Stronger and faster than Gold Experience, Almighty Magic bypasses GER, more versatile options, social confidence, and wild card powers, corrupted willpower negation. But his problem is GER negates any abilities. Huh. Yeah. I knew it. He was fucked. I knew it.
Same effect, giving Joker the option he needed to land a killing blow against
And always
Requiem's
negation.
perfect
Huh? What'd you say?
Always in the game.
Yeah.
defense.
Dio is such a dick, he literally ruined his own son's death battle.
Giorno was brilliant, but Joker had the versatility, experience, and almighty power for the final blow.
Giorno missed
Damn.
his golden opportunity and had a shell of a time.
Oh,
wait,
nah, that's
Giorno
not a
said I
good
said
ending.
Giorno missed his
Joke.
golden opportunity and he had a shell of a time.
The winner is Joker.
Next time on Death Battle.
Oh, Bowser. Oh, it's Bowser versus Eggman is next. Not.
Subscribe and join us.
I won't lie. I'd rather see someone better, but still, I'm excited for that one too. So, ending statements.
I called it.
What? What do you mean you called it? Hello?
I called it.
Wait, what'd you call? I don't understand.
Joker's victory and ability negation.
I mean, yeah.
I knew it was going to be a pretty big deciding factor. I just
Yeah.
didn't want to bank everything on it.
Yeah. To be fair, I do think they got a couple things wrong. Like, first off, 100 personas? No. He can't just do
He
that.
has 15, 20.
But wow, that calculation at the end. He's 8 billions faster than the speed of light. Wait. I'm actually gonna go back. What did they originally say? Silver Chariot is 4 million, like 400 million. Not. Yeah, he's fucked. Even if you buff Silver Chariot's speed feat, he's still fucked.
Hey.
Alright, Ranger. Thanks for joining. Thanks.
Oh, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Sorry I had to sort of speed things up. I got
Yeah.
that stuff came up.
Yeah. Alright, fair dude. I'll see you, Ranger.
See you, Scout.
Yeah. See you, Ranger. Bye. Alright. Let me end the thing here. End event. Yes, end event. Boom. Yeah, so that was interesting. So, I was expecting to stay a little longer, to be completely honest, because I didn't know he was going to leave. Yeah, but there's a couple other things. There's another thing here. So I'm gonna be leaving Twitter. I'm never gonna use this freaking thing again. I'll be moving to Blue Sky, so because I have a lot of reasons for doing this. One, I do not like what Elon Musk has done to this freaking degenerate site. It made it even worse somehow. I did not even know that was even possible. Because I am in support of one of my friends who almost got banned from the site, so for speaking out against pedophiles. So I am no longer going to be using this account. I am never going to be using Twitter ever again, so please use Blue Sky. It's moderated, it's better, it's Twitter before the Musk, so please, everyone, to get the time to stop using X/Twitter, move to Blue Sky. It will not rot your brain. It will make you feel way better. So please move. And I'll be going to Youmacon soon, which is nice. So yeah. So everyone, please do not come to X anymore. Do not add me or anything. I will not be on it anymore. Yeah. So that is my take on Joker vs. Giorno. It was fun. I won't lie. It was really fun. I was excited. I was excited, and I kind of knew this was coming. And then again, kind of freaking everyone knew, to be completely honest. When I was like, I was pretty much, yeah. I kind of saw this coming, to be completely honest. I saw this coming, like a mile away. And I got spoiled on it too, which kind of does suck too. I was spoiled, which I wish it wasn't. Because this was a pretty good death battle. They got a couple things wrong. Surprisingly enough, they didn't get a lot wrong. I'm kind of impressed. I won't lie. I'm impressed that they didn't get a lot wrong. So, please, so if anyone else is staying here, well, you could, I don't know, stay if you want, because I could play like a game or two or something. I don't know. Yeah. I hope everyone here has like a good time. So, actually, I might be done for today. So, I hope everyone had a good time. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. So, if you ever want Ranger to come back, you can always type in the chat or ping me on Discord at Scoundwave. At Scoundwave. You at the Scout 15, or just Scoundwave. You could always ping me on Discord for games you want to recommend or anything. It would always be fun. Closing arguments. I have none.